Hello, my YouTube fans. Thank you for coming back to my channel. I just wanted to say, if you're new to my channel, thank you for clicking. If you've already subscribed, thank you for coming back to my channel. And today's video, I thought I talk about how to become a nurse in the UK, or some of the things I'm going to talk about is how I became a nurse, or some of the pathways that some people actually go through to become a nurse in the UK. So if you've just joined me, please subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, hit the bell so you don't miss any more of my videos, and let's get into this video. Thank you very much. So one of the things, you're gonna have either two forms of entry. You're gonna have the degree route, or you're gonna have the nursing degree apprenticeships, which some people actually have. So for me, I'm gonna start talking about the degree form of nursing. So in most cases, I went through university and everything else, which is most people actually qualify through this. One thing you need to know is you need to know the type of nurse you want to be. You can't just turn up and be like, oh, maybe I'm gonna do adult, I'm gonna do this. So you can either become an adult nurse or child, or you can become a mental health nurse depending on what you want actually to do. I've always done adult nursing. I was a healthcare assistant looking after people from 18 years and above, so that's all I knew. So that was quite a simple choice for me to make. But if you're new to this, know what you actually want to do. And before I did this video, I did like some research to see what's out there, and apparently some universities like offer dual field degrees, which means that sometimes you're gonna have a university that is gonna offer you either to do adult plus child or whatever. So, but the normal degree will take you 3 years. But I think if you do the dual degree courses, I think it's 4 years. So it depends. There is benefits, I think, to doing degrees there, whereby you have a variety of knowledge and things like that, where you do both fields, which is quite handy to have, I think. I did the 3-year course. I already knew I wanted to be an adult nurse. So yeah. So the other thing as well is with getting into nursing, I went through something which we call access to higher education, because I was a mature student at that. So I had to do access to higher education, where you're gonna do some access courses, but science courses. Obviously you need to have some kind of a science subject to get into university. But if you're like young and you've always known that you want to be a nurse, or it's something that you're like, you know what, nursing is for me, so A levels, but you're gonna have like a career advisor that is gonna advise you. So it's better to at least do like a biology subject or social science, that kind of thing. You need to at least to have like 2 or 3 A levels to get into nursing. And the other thing as well to take note of is different universities have different entry requirements. So it's always quite good to know exactly if you have a university at hand that you know that this is the university you want, please email them or have a go there and at least find out what their entry requirements are, because they're all gonna have different entry requirements. So at least all universities are gonna make sure you have basic English and math examinations, or English and math entry requirements. So you have to have at least a grade C. They've changed the way the grading system works. When I did my English and math examinations, or GCSE level, I think it was like a C, like entry. You can have A, B, or C, but if you got like a D, you wouldn't get in. But they've changed the way things work. I think if a C is equivalent to a 4, if I'm not mistaken. So if you get a 4 in your GCSE, they'll take you, depending on what the entry requirements for that university is. So that's what I went through. I had to do my GCSE, GCSE English and math again, because as if you check out my first video that I did mention I'm originally from Uganda, so they couldn't actually convert my results from Uganda, so I had to redo my English and math GCSE levels. So I had to do it in order to get entry to the university level. So that added more years onto my studying, which was okay because everything is worth it. If you determine to do everything, don't let anybody tell you you can't do something, you know. So yeah, so English and math is very, very important. Access to higher education, A levels, just to articulate what I've just said. So let's just say you've done all of that, you know what you're doing. Now the process of actually accessing UCAS. So UCAS is like an online application form whereby you're actually going to apply through university. So UCAS allows you to apply for 5 universities. Okay, so you're gonna have 5 universities of your choice where you want to go, and once you apply for these universities, you will probably get offers from these universities, but those offers vary and all dependent on probably mainly from your personal statement. So UCAS allows you to like write a personal statement. You have to write something that makes you unique, something that makes you you. So you have to write this personal statement in UCAS to tell them about you, who you are, like all those different things. This was like my hardest. I think I must have written my personal statement so many times to make sure. And the other thing as well that you look through your personal statement is your work experience. Your work experience matters. Yes, you want to do nursing, but having a little bit of that experience of work experience really, really helps. It doesn't have to be like you've done, let me just say you've been a healthcare assistant for so many years. No. You can look after your mom, your grandma, or anybody. That is, it shows that you're a caring person for you to look after someone else. You know, you're not self-absorbed and all of that. So you actually you look after someone else, even though you go and volunteer for like a week here and that actually really gives you better points onto your personal statement to actually show that you're better. And when they look through your personal statement, they'll be like, this person actually, they've got some work previously, and they're gonna, how can I put this? They're gonna give you more points based on somebody who is never done care before in their life. So yeah, so that is a benefit. So you've gone through UCAS, you've applied, you've got your 5 universities, then what happens? About how those offers and what those universities are actually going to offer you, or what their interviews actually entail. Does that make sense? So for my interview days, right, we went to the interview. Some of them are going to give you English, some of them are going to give you math examination. So be prepared and know what they want. Do they need you to have a calculator or without? So don't take a calculator and you haven't prepared, and then all of a sudden they tell you calculators are not allowed. So you'll be like, oh my God, what do I do? So be prepared. Always be prepared when you go to these interviews. And how do they conduct their interviews? My interview was like, we went in a room, we did our English and math, then they made us sit in a group of like 6-7 people, whatever. I can't actually remember. And then they gave you like one topic. Within that one topic, everybody was like you had to give a view about that one topic. So you have to stand out within that one topic. You can't just be there and be like, just be quiet, listen to what everybody's saying, because the lecturers are literally listening in. They're looking at who you are and everything else. And then after that, we went in another interview whereby, by the way, this is not just to scare you, different universities vary from how they conduct everything else. So, and then after that, we went to another room whereby I think it was like 6 people, and then there was like 6 like stations of lecturers. So they put like 2 minutes on a timer, and then within those 2 minutes, you go to one person. They put a 2 minute on a timer. They give you a question, and then that question, you read the question yourself, and then you answer. And then they will not say anything. They will just literally sit there and look at you. If you finish like within 1 minute, they will not say anything. You'll sit there until those 2 minutes are actually finished and they're up. Like, they will literally just look at you until the 2 minutes are up. Once the 2 minutes are up, the timer will go off, and then you go back in the station, they regroup, and then you go to another station, and the same process will be like that. But the good thing is they were so good, like once you finish, they literally emailed you like straight away, oh, congratulations, would like to have you, and things like that. And then you feel like, oh my god, like it's all worth it. So try and find out what which university, what their process is of that, and so you're actually really prepared. If you have other people that have gone to their university, speak to them. Like, I did a lot of research of speaking to, if I knew someone who's been to that university, I spoke to people to find out that what the interview process is, or sometimes you can find out on the internet and things like that. So it depends what's out there, but do your research before you go. It's always better to be prepared than not. So yeah, so that was that. And then once you've done that, of course, they might ask you about different topics, what's going on within the NHS, current, like the hot topics at the moment. So they'll always want to see whether you're keeping up with our news and things like that. They might ask you what have you read recently and things like that. Like, it has to be nursing related or things like that. So it depends. It really depends. The other thing as well is, like, it's good to know like your 6Cs and things like that. So it's not point just talking about, oh yeah, I'm a caring person, compassionate, courage. Yeah, everybody can research the 6Cs, but you actually know what they mean. Communication is a good thing. It's almost like at the heart of our like everything. So know everything, do your research, know what almost every point means to you, rather than just going and you're not prepared and then you'll regret it later because you've gone through a lot. And if you're getting all these interviews and everything, congratulations. It's such an amazing feeling, like when you actually get that offer from the university, because I never thought I would, and I thought it would take me like forever. Like, I started my process in 2013, and then I had a year out, and then by the time I got into uni in 2016, I was like, oh my goodness, it's such an amazing feeling, and I cannot emphasize enough. And please be determined, be resilient. Resilience is such a big thing that we're always talking about, at university, and even now, even at work. It's so good. So congratulations if you've got into uni. Good luck in upcoming things that you're going to do. So now you've done that, you've done your interviews and stuff. So I've talked about the pathway of the degree form. Now I'm going to actually talk about the nursing degree apprenticeships. So these apprenticeships actually came about not so long ago, and it's basically nurses who have actually been like healthcare assistants, but then they've decided to give them, an opportunity. They still go to university to study, and they're almost like nursing associates. So this is like a gap between a healthcare assistant and a registered nurse. And it's actually so good to have, because we have them at work, and some of them are so good, they're so knowledgeable, because they still do placements. Like as student nurses, we did as well. So they still go to placements because we don't want them to miss out as well. So they still go through placements so they can have a community placement, hospice, all different types of placements that we did as student nurses. So which is so good as well. The only difference is with nursing associates is they don't do IV medications, but they do oral medications and everything. So when I'm working, or when we have like a nursing associate at work, they'll be like, "Oh, Tracy, do you mind to do these IVs for me?" You're like, "Yeah, sure. If I'm busy, that's okay." I'll be like, "You know what? I'm busy at the moment, but once I've done this, give me a second. I'll do that," because what's the best thing? We always work as a team, and you can't beat that. You know what I mean? So yeah, and the other thing as well, we have the nursing associates as well. They are registered onto the NMC because we have to be accountable for our actions. So as registrants, you have to be accountable for everything you do. So it's amazing that even though they're also nurses, aren't they? So they also go into the register and everything, and we always have to be accountable for everything that we do in nursing or anything else that we do, because patient care is paramount. So guys, thank you so much for clicking. That was my 2 pathways of getting into nursing in the UK. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please leave comments below if you think I missed out anything at all. I appreciate you all. Please subscribe, hit the bell, hit the like button, because I want you guys to come back for my next video, and I have so much more to tell you or to talk about, and I'm pretty sure you will not regret this. So thank you for being here. Thank you. Mwah. Thank you. Bye.